Welcome to this wonderful platform, Linda's TV show. This is the home of news. If it is your first time of coming across this YouTube channel for the first time and you like what you see, please subscribe, put on your notification bell so that you'll be able to know when I upload a new video. In this platform, we'll present to you news across the globe, especially what is happening in Nigeria. Before we present the news, we analyze it and we'll sit down there to watch it together with you. Then later we'll go to the comment section to talk about it. Of course, you are free to criticize, you are free to comment, you are free to leave your own opinion because you are entitled to your opinion, but let us do it constructively.
Since the end of the Nigeria-Biafra Civil War in 1970, in one form or the other, there is always the spirit of Biafra. The spirit became a movement when Rafu Wazulike launched the movement for the actualization of the sovereign state of Biafra, Masop. Because the movement used to be a spirit, it transformed over time across several landscapes, under several leaders. At one point, it was simply the Biafra of the spirit. At other moments, it was the Biafra of the mind. And then arrived Nnamdi Kanu. Watch. Because you know he's not going there to negotiate Biafra. You know that.
Of course, we know that very well. Okay. What will happen to him is this. Already, we know that some of them live in Abuja and Lagos axis. There is nobody that speaks for the Yoruba nation that lives in anywhere in Igbo land or in Biafra land. There is no prominent Hausa person that lives anywhere in Biafra land. What we are saying to this man and his likes is that, of course, they will underestimate us because those that have gone before us have made threats and didn't carry it out. This time it is different. If we can place the name Biafra on satellite, if we can broadcast so that the whole world can hear us every blessed day, if we are in over 70 countries around the world with over 5 million listeners, there is nothing we cannot do. This time around, things are very, very different, believe you me. Very, very different, and very soon the world will hear about it. Because the only language that people in the zoo understand is the language of violence and force. After all, that very contraption was put together by Freddy Lugard by force. That's one thing people don't understand, that Lugard killed people to bring Nigeria together. And the killing of people to disintegrate the zoo shouldn't come to anybody as a surprise. Our promise is very simple. If they fail to give us Biafra, Somalia will look like a paradise compared to what will happen to that zoo. It is the promise.
The spirits and the minds have mingled in the moving wavelengths of Radio Biafra. It has attracted the attention of the federal government of Nigeria and with it a crackdown. Joining us now to discuss Radio Biafra and its message and the implications for Nigeria are the editorial board chairman of the Premium Times online newspaper, Mr. Ibrahim. Mr. Ibrahim, welcome to Sahara TV.
Hello, how are you?
Very good. Also joining us from Nigeria is the Lagos State Publicity Secretary of the ruling All Progressive Congress, APC, Mr. Joy Bokwe. Mr. Bokwe, welcome to Sahara TV.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
All right. And from California is Dr. Oguchi Nkwocha, a Biafran activist. Dr. Oguchi, welcome to Sahara TV.
Thank you. And I'm glad to be here.
All right. Let me start with you, Mr. Ibrahim. To some extent, the Premium Times editorial was the first media editorial that first raised concerns about Radio Biafra. In that editorial, your paper titled The Menace called Radio Biafra, you argued that the radio station is not just dangerous, but you went to the extent of comparing the messages of the station to that of Boko Haram founder, Mohammed Yusuf. Could you please explain that aspect to our viewers?
Well, our view is that the content of the message on Radio Biafra is essentially hate speech. It is dangerous speech. It caricatures Nigeria. It creates a climate of suspicion, but over and above that, it organizes hatred between one group of Nigerians against the other. That type of message is very destructive of society. It could have huge implications, as we had seen in the case of Radio Milcolin in Rwanda, and that's the concern we expressed in our editorial.
All right, thank you so much. Mr. Ibokwe, in an article you called Why Nnamdi Kanu's Biafra Project Must Be Stopped, you warned that there is fire on the mountain. You wrote that Radio Biafra has unleashed, and I'm quoting, unleashed an unimaginable trail load of lies and potential dangerous propaganda that has put the Igbo nation in danger. What are these lies, and how do they put the Igbo nation in danger?
You see, in 1995, I wrote 25 years after Biafra. And if you check the dates, I think it's about 20 years now. And what I did in that book is try to tell Igbo people my people to move on, and not to begin to suffer defeatist, syndrome all over. And 20 years after, and you begin to hear these hate speeches, from the so-called Radio Biafra, then you can begin to wonder how I feel as the author of that book. Because these people who are doing this are either in London or US, and they create enemies for our people here. They are putting our people constantly in danger. And the way I see it, this thing became almost, got out of hand after the presidential elections. Our people, it was Jonathan or nothing. And we tried to explain to them, we put statistics. There's no way 2 small zones will defeat 4 big zones because of the alliance. That there's no way 11 states, small states, will beat 25 big states. And they didn't listen. So when the result came out, our people became so angry. And if you go to websites, if you go to online publications, you see all kinds of hate speeches, calling of names. And once you do that, you put our people in Ibadan in potential danger, our people in Lagos in potential danger, Kaduna, Kanu, all over Nigeria in potential danger. And you know that people travel a lot.
Okay.
And I've in that article I have 20 reasons, but I was able to.
No, we're going to get to that, Mr. Ibokwe. Yes. We're going to get to that. Let me give a chance to Dr. Nkwocha to respond to 2 of you. Dr. Nkwocha.
Yes. First of all, I want to say that I am not in defense of Nnamdi Kanu or anybody. I am in defense of Biafra having a voice, having a radio. After all, BBC has a Hausa language service where people that speak Hausa, many of them in Nigeria, participate. Okay? So let me make that clear, that Biafra deserves a radio. We had a Voice of Biafra International, which was the first radio station, radio broadcast for Biafra, and it operated for almost 9 years. Now, in our broadcast, we advocated for self-determination based on having a referendum. I'm not in support of anybody calling for terrorist acts or harming other people. What characterized the Voice of Biafra International is that we said, in asking for self-determination for Biafra and for Igbo people, we wage neither war nor peace with Nigeria, but we do that which is right for our people, an internationally recognized right for a people to be able to run their own state of affairs. So I defend the radio for Biafra at any time, and we had Voice of Biafra International Radio, called VOBI, and that was the paradigm for our broadcast. I have never listened to Radio Biafra now, but I have heard issues and complaints brought up to me. As far as what Mr. Ibokwe was saying about our people being in danger, I don't know whose people he's really talking about. The Igbo people have always been in danger in Nigeria from day one. The Biafra War just brought that to a head, but the Biafra War never really ended. And he talked about the elections and APC. Let me ask him, where was he when the Yoruba man in charge of Lagos threatened all Igbo people? This was on TV, this was in the whole world, that he was going to kill them if they did not vote for APC. So why is it that so-called intelligent people that write books and write articles can't even think twice before making statements like that? It was what did he write when the APC man in Lagos told Igbo people, okay, you either vote APC, I'm going to kill you. And do you know the aftermath of that? You remember the Ghana must go thing paradigm of in the 90s that drove Ghanaians away? The same thing is happening in Lagos. You've seen now, it's Igbo must go. They haven't stated it that way. So where Ibokwe is coming from, I don't know. And as far as the Ibrahim and his editorial, I just want to ask him, who among the Nigerian people has asked for so much destruction of the other people than General Buhari himself? Remember when he lost elections? Did he not incite the people? He incited them, and they even killed Peace Corps people. Most of them were from the South and Igbo. What did his paper say about that? Today, General Buhari has been rewarded with being the president of Nigeria. So everybody forgets how he incited the people, how he told the people to vote Muslim only. Do you guys have a memory, or do you just say things?
Okay,
Thank you for watching Linda's TV show. I will see you again in my next video. Remain blessed. I appreciate each and every one of you, and keep on watching Linda's TV show. If you have not yet subscribed, please, I beg you to do that so that you'll be getting more updates from me. Bye-bye.